The Yeah, the video for partitioner and combiner is also to be posted, and the lab for partitioner and combiner is also to be posted. See, the partitioner and combiner ka lab is the same, right? Of MapReduce. The word count ka lab and partitioner combiner ka lab is the same. Okay, so see, the word count ka lab manual is shared. Your configuration manual is shared. Then yeah, Scoop and Hive ka lab is shared. Then yesterday I shared, day before yesterday I shared something else as well, right? Your assignments for MapReduce. So two programs of MapReduce I shared. So what is still remaining is uh, I guess session number 11 ka video is to be shared. Session number 10 ka is shared. Yeah. So session 11 video. Then lab of pig, lab of flume, video of this is to be shared, right? Advanced Hive. That's what I'm checking. That's what I'm checking. What we have in here. See, did you guys check this that I had shared? The MapReduce ka problem statements. Yeah, so did you check it? You tried it? Okay, any success? Okay. So try it on your side, and then uh, by Friday, let's say by Friday you are done with this, then we'll have a discussion on Monday. Okay. So now because this was also not shared, I'll share it today. So I'll change the deadline to 27th ka evening. And I'll add one more thing in here. Performing Flume collab and performing Pick collab. Okay. and max by, let's say, tonight, max by tonight, all of this would be on your session number 12. Okay, all of this you'll get on your session number 12. Okay. Hello. Okay. And that MapReduce का जो practical I have shared with you, you know, all you have to do is change the logic, nothing else. Do you want me to discuss it, or you will try it and then we'll discuss it? Okay, so we'll do one thing. We'll have a discussion on the same on Friday. Okay. If you guys are done, then good enough. If you guys are not done, I'll give you a hint of what is to be done. Then again, you get Saturday and Sunday to try it out. And then on Monday, we'll have the final word. Okay. And on this Monday, you're having a compulsory, not compulsory, means confirmed. On this Monday, you'll be having a test that was to be that we had supposed to have had on yesterday. So we didn't have it. So on next Monday, coming Monday, you will have it. MCQ test and a practical test on MapReduce. Okay, so I'll just write it down so that even I remember it. Okay, so this is saying postponed to 28 now. Okay, good enough. Uh, so today you guys logged in from the dashboard or still logging in from the mail? Good, 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 good. So you did not face any problem, right? Okay, so this is what is the agenda for today. We'll be having Picka theory and Flume ka theory plus lab. Picka lab is very very simple, so that would be just given to you as assignment. Okay, because moreover it is you know some syntaxes change here and there, but it is as simple as Hive. So that's why I won't be getting doing the demo of that here. So what we will be doing here today is the theory of pig and the lab for Flume. But before we get into that, any doubts so far? Okay. So while you guys were practicing the Saturday, Sunday, and Monday as well, did you face any difficulties, or did you face anything which is, not clear yet or something like this? Okay, good. Secondly, the book would be delivered to you by this week. In this week, anytime between today to, let's say, Friday, you'll get the hard copy of the book. Okay, if you want, I'll also share the soft copy, but no need actually. The hard copy will be there, so I do have the soft copy as well. It's okay. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so what is pig? Okay, but what does it do? Mm, okay, it is PLSQL on top of Hadoop. Okay, so like you have Hive, wherein you can do the SQL ka stuff, but if you want to go for some, let's say, operations that involve conditional statements or looping or for each or something like that, some programming concepts are to be used, then that cannot be done using Hive, and that's why we go for Pig. Okay, so Pig is nothing but, okay, now talking about Pig, first thing, Pig can be operated in two modes. One is the local mode, and one is the map reduce mode. Okay, now this map reduce mode is the default mode. So the way of starting Pig is something like this. Either you can enter Pig like this, or you can enter Pig shell like this, or you can enter Pig shell like this. Is this clear? Like for Hive, you used to write Hive and then get into the Hive shell, right? Similarly for Pig, okay. Uh, One small question before we proceed. What would be the output of this command? Okay. Madhuri, what is your thought? Madhuri, what is your thought? What would be the output of this? In the the schema is stored where? On the server. Where the schema is stored, Mahesh? HDFS. Sure. Okay. What are the three components of Hive that we get when we install Hive? What do we get on the client side? What do we get on the HDFS side? And what do we get else? And and come on. I said I recently took one interview. Did I share this with you? Recently I took one interview with for some around 12 students, and I made everyone cry, and out of that I made around 5 people cry on this question. Funny story, right? The people were crying just for a simple create statement. Remember anything? What is this? What is this? Hmm? Come on, what is this? This is the component of Hive that we get on the client side when we install Hive, where it stores the schema definition. So the schema definition is stored in the meta store. When you load the data is cut from the HDFS and dumped in the warehouse. and the link between the schema definition in Metastore and the data in the warehouse is created. And that is how we get a table like structure, or that is how we visualize or virtualize a table like environment or SQL like environment on Hive. And this is why it is called as SQL on top of Hadoop. Are we in this world? Are we there? सडनली गायब ही हो गए यार आप लोग तो. अभी तक I did not come to my question either. So chalo, you are saying that a schema would be created, right? So let's surprise you. Create table EMP where ID is int, name is string, row format delimited, fields terminated by /t, stored as text file. Correct? Sorry? That is creating a virtual schema, right? That is storing the definition. But this will create the definition you are saying, right? Right? So should I execute it? It is giving an error. You want me to show you the command? No, if I show you the command, then okay. Just a second, I'll show you the command. Okay, so this is the command, right? Right? So if you have a look at my command, then both the commands are identical. So why am I getting an error? Hmm? Sorry? Not needed for this, right? It is needed for my Scoop Wala lab. Hive itself is a database, so why should I connect it to some other database? See, if I come down to Viman Nagar and shout loudly, "Hey Mangesh," hundreds of Mangesh will answer. If I come down to Hadapsar and shout loudly, "Hey Madhuri," hundreds of Madhuri will answer. Or somebody will come and slap me. If I want to meet Madhuri or if I want to meet Mangesh, I need to go to their house. I thought at least after writing it on the terminal, you guys will be able to understand that we are not in the hive shell, so this will return an error. Guys, it was so simple. If you are not in the hive shell, how is it going to give you the output? It is going to give you an error. I need to go to Mangesh's house and shout, "Hey Mangesh." I need to go to Madhuri's house and shout, "Hey Madhuri." Then only I'm able to talk with them. This was my favorite question in the interview, which five of them were unable to answer. People were checking like anything. The syntax they were checking like anything. And those were people who have attempted. Couple of them were who had no attempted and passed the certification as well. Not couple of them. One guy was there who has attempted and passed the certification as well. One guy is still preparing. Not my students, but yes. Why? What is the problem? Why are we not able to answer? It's good that initially itself we discuss on this. Okay. So I need to now talk like school teachers. मग मी करू का? हम्म? बाळ मी करू का मग? Yeah, Mangesh? Mm. Okay, guys, I know you guys are working people and cannot devote complete time in here, but only one thing from my side. See, you have spent money. I value money a lot. I'm a completely money-minded person. I value money a lot. Not only my money, I value others' money as well. Not for anything else on the planet, but only because you have paid money into this. Please make sure that you devote at least 1 hour, not more than 1 hour. I'm not asking you for more than 1 hour, but 1 hour daily. Do not keep this habit कि मैं सैटरडे संडे में सब कर लूंगा या कर लूंगी. सैटरडे संडे में you can just complete donkey work. That is not practice. Practice is something that happens in a small amount but regularly. This is what I feel practice is. What is done in bulk on Saturdays and Sundays is engineering ki padhai and donkey work. That is not practice. Practice is something that should happen regularly, though in small amount. You should be in constant touch with the subject that you want to practice. Utte bette, whenever you get time, do something into it. Something, anything. You got 5 minutes, open the virtual machine, Hadoop fs minus ls, Hadoop fs minus mkdir, itna bhi command run karo, you are in touch with Hadoop, that's more than enough. Whenever you get time, just go and see the document session का कोई भी document open करके देख लो. Just go through some of the concepts that is done. That is the way to go. And if you go this way, only then you would be able to clear the certification. The reason is if you are keeping this mentality कि मैं सैटरडे संडे को कर लूंगा या कर लूंगी और अभी टाइम नहीं है, आई वॉज सिक, मैं बीमार थी, और हो नहीं रहा था और something something something, then the seriousness that you are doing it today is already less. It will become more lesser after the certificate course, and finally it will get khatam. मतलब it would be like हमने जोश से शुरू किया and बाद में ठंडे 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 and finally cold blooded. So please do not do this. Practice. There is lot of stuff that you need to do still. We are at the very grass level. We have just peeped inside a huge ocean. There is lot to learn for Hive, lot to learn for Pig, lot to learn for other two ecosystem tools. This we have only completed, what I can say, a general briefing on what is this, so that now you can go and explore additional these things, commands and additional stuff that is available on the official site. But not now. I'll tell you when to do it. But at least you should be perfect with whatever we have done so far. And perfect means from the insides. So no matter whether you attempt a Hortonworks ka certification tomorrow or you attempt a Cloudera ka certification tomorrow, you should be able to clear both of them. And I'll be prompting and boosting you to give either of them, not like only Hortonworks. This is Hortonworks certification oriented course, but yes, we are preparing ourselves for the Cloudera ka certification as well. Okay, now one more question. Hmm, let's see who answers this. Yep, answer me this. I have incoming data of 2 GB per month. I have incoming data of 2 GB per month. I'm planning to design a cluster in which every server that I buy, in which every server that I buy will have the following configuration of 2 GB ka RAM, 2 GB ka hard disk, 2 cores of CPU. How many data nodes will I need if I'm planning my cluster with a viewpoint of 1 year? You have only one chance to answer. So whatever you answer, make sure that that is your final answer.
An approximate answer is okay, because we don't want to get into the perfect mathematical calculation. Only the logic should be correct. So if it is approximate answer, then still it is correct. If your logic is correct. Calculating rate. Okay. I'll have to very, very, very seriously prepare the test. I'll be really very serious while preparing the test. Guys, you have to be prompt. You have to be there where we are. Every day after the session, you have to complete it properly, because you don't have time for revision. You don't have time for getting prepared or becoming pro after the course, because you are my students, my own very own students. So immediately once you complete the course, I would be planning to deploy you on actual industry projects. Right now I have three big industry projects for big clients in a company, where I have deployed students of my clients. So tomorrow surely I am planning, as soon as you complete the course, to deploy you there. It would be a part-time job. You don't have to leave whatever you're doing currently, but you will get a good 6 months experience later as well. Okay, at least tell me what you're doing. Are we even thinking, or we are just sitting? After some time, Jayant will tell the answer.
Oh man, how come? Yeah, tell me the calculation in detail, na? Okay, good, good. Madhuri, Madhuri, you don't know. You don't know. How much? How come 36? Uh-huh. 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 Okay. Hmm. Okay. Mahesh, completely wrong answer. Why did you divide 2 GB by 3? You should have multiplied 2 GB by 3. Replication factor gives you more, not less. Madhuri, correct, but to a level. So it is 2 GB into 3, which is equal to 6 GB data per month. This was correct. Additionally, you have 30%, which goes for operating system. So if you calculate like that, then it is 8 GB of storage that you will require every month. That into 12 gives you around 96, right? 8 to the 16, 8 to the 8, 9, yeah. 96 GB of storage space is what you require in a year. And then 96 divided by 2 is around 48. This is your answer. Approximate. Because of this 30% calculation, it is an approximate answer, but this is the logic. You calculated replication factor, but you did not calculate that entire 2 GB is not going to get stored for your this thing. You can go the other way around as well to get the perfect answer that 2 GB means how much you are getting. 1 GB ka 70% means 700 MB. So you are just getting 1.4 MB, not 1.4, yeah, 1.4 GB of all the servers. So you have to divide 96 by 1.4. So it is around 68.5 data nodes that you will require accurately. No, no, not 68.5. Then this will become 6 GB. I'm bad at maths, so that is a problem.
So this is 6 GB per month into 12. 12 6 are 72. 72 GB is what you require every month, every year. The data that you will get is 72 GB, but the capacity of your storage is 1.4 GB. So it would be 72 divided by 1.4, which gives you around 51.4. So let's say 52 data nodes. Perfect answer. Not approximate, perfect answer. So if I am planning this cluster for a year, then this is what I should get, 52 data nodes. Clear? Did you get the calculation? How did I get this? This is nothing but 2 GB में 30% minus करने के बाद you get 1.4 GB, which will be the capacity of each of your servers. Clear?
Yeah. So this was a very basic question, right? Not even needed practice for. Where are we, guys? Where are we? Okay, who out of you two can guarantee that you will guarantee right now or promise right now that you will pass in the test that would be conducted on Monday, at least in the MCQs, 80%, no matter how tough I try to make it. If it is from the syllabus, then yes, I will pass. Can anyone of you assure this? Hmm? No one? Huh? Okay. Uh, so someone from my team will call you today. It won't be Swapnil. The person whom you met, it won't be that person. It would be some another person who will call you today. So please answer her calls, and she will ask you for feedback. I can take the feedback right away, but that won't be that effective because एक जन जो आंसर करेगा दूसरा उसको वही आंसर करना पड़ता है. So they will be calling you for a feedback today. Please make sure that you give them a sincere feedback because something is going wrong, that we are not able to grab the basics as well. From my side, if anything is going wrong, please intimate. I have always been telling this. This is not practice work. This is attention work, presence of mind. Okay, it's okay, no issues. So, good morning. Madhuri left. Okay. Why did she left? Some issues, network issues. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll just call her up. काय left? अच्छा मला वाटलं लेक्चर दिलं दिलं म्हणून लेफ्ट. आणि काय रे? हं? तू आज या आणि येताना उद्याला पण घेऊन तुझ्या बरोबर. पॅरेंट्स टीचर मीटिंग होते तशी तू येताना उद्याला पण घेऊन तुझ्या बरोबर आहे. मग बघतो मी संध्याकाळी. उद्याला फोन दे ना, उद्याला फोन दे, तू कनेक्शन ट्राय करेपर्यंत. उद्या संध्याकाळी या, तुमची टीचर्स मीटिंग, पॅरेंट्स टीचर्स मीटिंग आहे. तुम्ही तुम्ही तुमच्या स्टुडंटला घेऊन या. पॅरेंट्स टीचर्स मीटिंग आहे रात्री तुमची. ती आपली घरातली पोराशी करायला लागली, मग काय करणार होतो. ठीक आहे. हा, ते नेट कनेक्शनच बघा. हा, आणि मला जर होत नसेल तर मला इंटिमेट करा, तसं म्हणजे मी येते काहीतरी बघायला. हा. हा. हो हो हो. Okay, Mahesh, she's having a net connection issue. She's trying. She will log in by, let's say, next 5 minutes. So we'll wait for next 5 minutes, or else we'll continue. Okay. So by that time, Mangesh, now that you're alone, so tell me, what is the problem? Okay, but at least you could have gone to the session documents, right? Okay, so this 30% wala question was basic. Why did you divide it with 30%? I did not understand. Sorry, not three, not 30. Three. Still, you have to multiply it by 3, right? Why divide it by 3? It increases the number of documents, right? It does not decrease the number of files. Guess I'll have to meet you as well, right? A parent teachers meeting. Okay, let's see. If you don't work it right on Monday, I'll have a parents teachers meeting at your place. Viman Nagar is not that too far for me. I'll surely have one. At least for all my Pune students, I can do this. Okay. Okay, so coming back to our topic, so you can start your pig shell like you start your Hiveka shell by typing hive. Similarly, you can type your start your pig shell by three ways. One is by just writing pig, which will start pig in the default mode, which is the MapReduce mode. If you want to start pig in the local mode, then you'll have to type pig minus x local. If you want to explicitly mention that you have to start in the MapReduce mode, then you have to go in this way, but I won't write this here because this is not the standard way of getting into a MapReduce mode. The standard way of getting into a MapReduce mode is by just writing pig because anyways it is the default mode. Now what is the difference between both of the operations or both of the modes? In MapReduce mode, your input is expected to be from your HDFS and your output is stored in your HDFS. If you talk about the local mode, then your input is expected to be from your local file system or Linux file system, you can say, and your output is stored in your local file system or your Linux file system. So basically local mode is used whenever you would be, attempting for, let's say, test environment. Whenever you would be playing on a test environment before deploying your application actually on the HDFS and working with large amount of data, you would be having a sample of data and that you would be testing using your pig operations or pig scripts in your local mode so that you do not engage your cluster for that. And anyways, the data that you will have in the cluster would not be suitable for testing your scripts because it would be so huge that you won't be able to identify whether your script is working fine or not. So you'll have to take a sample of that data and then you will have to test your scripts on. So instead of testing your scripts directly on the cluster, what you normally prefer is take a sample of your data from HDFS to your local machine and then inside your local machine you can test it with a local mode of pig. So this is clear?
This local.
Why is it so? Right. No, 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 no. See, when you talk about Hive, Hive is way too simpler than PLSQL because it is SQL, not syntax related because syntax is there in Pig as well. You have simple single liner commands. You just don't have scripts. You have simple single liner commands in script as well, in Pig as well. Okay. But the thing is that here in Pig you would be doing much complex operations than Hive. Okay. So if I give you a record set having, let's say, 10 lakhs of records, having 50, 60 fields each record is having a field set of, let's say, 60 fields, and the number of records in the document is around 10 lakhs, then identifying a meaningful information from that, or writing a Pika script, or writing a Pika, forget Pig, writing a for each onto it, or writing a conditional statement onto it, and then deriving your result would be too difficult on 10 lakhs ka record as compared to 10 records. Like for example, let's assume that you have a database of a car showroom. let's assume that you have the data of your car showroom in your HDFS, and if I tell you to calculate the number of Mercedes that were manufactured in the year 2014 and which were brought at a price of more than 1 million, and if the buyer is a male, then if a buyer is a male and if he is married, then give the PAN card details of his wife. If he is not married, then give the PAN card details of his mother. If either of them stood in the taxation slab 1 in the last financial year, then give their husband's or father's PAN card details as well. Okay. Then if he is the father or husband is was in taxation slab as well, then give the amount of taxes paid by the buyer in the last year, and based on that tell me whether he should be given a loan or he should not be given a loan. So if you want to calculate this, you will have at least 5 for loops into it, for each loops into it, and you will at least have four conditional statements into it. So writing a script which will do all this for you, and then after writing the script, finding out whether the script is giving you a required output or not. That would be difficult to identify if you have a record set of, let's say, 1 million records. But it would be easy enough to identify whether everything is going right if you have 10 or let's say 20 records. So just to minimize the complexity, it is good that we work on minimum amount of data. And to work on minimum amount of data, why to play around with your cluster? So that's why this local mode is available, so that you can test your application or test your scripts before you actually dirty your hands with the actual data set. Okay. Okay. And same in comparison to your SQL, then SQL may you are not going to have anything so complex. No matter how complex it becomes, it is never going to become as complex as PLSQL. So that's why you don't have a local mode into it. I cannot say that that is why you don't have a local mode into it, but yes, that is why Pig has a local mode into it. I cannot say that this is the reason why Hive doesn't have a local mode, but this is the reason why Pig has a local mode. Okay, yeah, got it. Okay, then this is uh, Pig. Sorry, this is Pig cooperation modes, Pig execution modes. Now, how can you execute Pig? You can execute Pig as commands from your shell. Okay, before getting into that, okay, the shell of Pig is called as grunt. Okay, from this grunt, it reminded me of a very interesting thing. Do you know how the name of Pig was derived? Have you seen the movie Dhol? No, I haven't. Okay, so it is a comedy movie having Sharman Joshi, then Tushar Kapoor, Rajpal Yadav, and Kunal Kemu, and one heroine, some heroine. Who is that heroine? Okay, I don't know, remember the heroine's name, but yeah, these are the heroes. So they plan to start a shop of their own. Madhuri, have you seen that movie? Madhuri, are you there? Yeah, I guess they're still facing some problems. Okay. So what they do is they start off, plan of starting a shop of their own. So they think कि अरे शॉप का नाम क्या रखना चाहिए, शॉप का नाम क्या रखना चाहिए. So जैसे कि कुछ ऐसा नाम रखते हैं जो सबकी जबान पर हो. So what do they suggest is let's keep it as थूक. Okay, so this is जो सबकी जबान पर रहता है, right? So similarly, pig was defined. Pig, the name pig was derived with a logic sense similar to that. Funny story, but yes, pig got its name from the animal pig, suar, dukkar. So pig has actually got his name, or pig's name is based on this animal, suar or dukkar. So what happened? The developers of Pig, they sat and started developing the application. They developed it nicely, they completed it, but at the end of it, nobody had a name for it. So the developers said, "Ki let's give it a name which resembles its application." So they said, "Ki okay, our tool can digest anything and still give proper expected output. Our tool can digest anything and still give proper output. So who else on the planet can digest anything and still give a better output?" So they said pig. So pig lives in the dumps or slum areas, garbage areas. He can eat anything and still digest it. He can go anywhere, eat anything he wants, any garbage, good food, bad food, junk food, raw food, waste food, anything he can eat, and still he can digest it. So they named their tool as pig. Okay. But after some days when the tool was launched, then they realized that we had made a mistake by naming it pig because that pig is not a popular animal. Okay. Then suddenly what they did, they separated it as pig is a tool and the language of pig is called as pig Latin. So they just tried to give it a fancy name by calling it as pig Latin. But the shell is still called as grunt, which is a sound that the animal makes. So this is how pig got its name from. Got it? Yeah. Okay. Then, if you talk about the execution modes of pig, then what you have, pig can be executed as a command from the shell, or it can be executed as a script, or it can be embedded inside a Java program and then executed. So there are three ways in which you can execute pig. One is as a command from the shell, one is as a script, and one is by embedding it into Java, by embedding it into a Java program. Okay. Now further talking about pig, if we try to map pig, or if we try to map the elements of pig, then the smallest one is a field. If you talk about a record or if you talk about database, then the smallest element is a field. Then we have record, and then we have table, right?
right? In SQL, what we have, the smallest element is a field. Number of fields together comprise a record, and number of records together comprise a table. So in Pig, a field is called as an atom, a record is called as a tuple, and a table is called as a bag. In Pig, a field is called as an atom, a record is called as a tuple, and a table is called as a bag. Okay. Now next up, if you talk about working of Pig, let's say you have something like this in Pig. So let's say somewhere in my HDFS I have some data which is movies.txt. Hmm? So what I'll do is I'll create a bag in Pig called as movies, and how would I create it is I'll say load data which is in location user wisdom movies.txt. Then you have a Pigka storage, the delimiter part, like fields separate, row format delimited, fields terminated by. Instead of writing all this, you will just write using pig storage. So this is your delimiter. You can have slash, you can have tab, or you can have pipe in here. And the default pig storage is comma. Default pig storage is not comma. Yeah, the default pig storage is tab. Default pig storage is tab. Then you will have as, and this is where you will have your definition, which is id is, let's say, int. Then name of the movie is character array. So this is how you create a table in Pig along with the data. This is how you create a table in Pig along with the data. And in this movies is called as your virtual bag. This movies is called as your virtual bag, in which you will have this data, in which you will have this data stored as this definition. This is clear? Yep. So in this, let's say you have something like this, 1 comma ABC, then 2 comma PQR. So this is a field. So this is a atom. This is a atom. This is a tuple. Then again, this is an atom. This is an atom. This is a tuple. And this entire thing would be your bag. Noted? So this is your bag, this is your tuple, this is your atom, and this is your atom. This is how pig looks like. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so now how pig works. So pig will firstly create a bag, a virtual bag, not actually, but it will create a virtual bag for this. Then let's say if you do something like this, uh, let's say I want to filter it. Okay, so I say top movies is equals to, let's say, filter movies by, or I'll say, let's have one more here. Here. Old movies. Filter movies by year less than 2000. Okay. So if I have a command something like this, then what pig will do is this bag is already created. Pig will modify this bag. Pig will modify this bag and create another bag called as old movies. Pig will modify this bag and create another bag which will have the name as old movies. So what it is doing, it is copying the required data from the movies wala bag and creating another bag out of it which is called as old movies. Let's say I'll say top three movies, or I'll say oldest three movies. Okay. So let's say you will do it sort old movies in ascending order and limit 3. So this will give you the oldest movies. So what again pig will do is pig will again query this existing bag, and whatever the result is, pig will store it as a new movie, a new bag. Clear? Clear? Let's say I have one more bag. Uh, Year wise movies. So I'll say group old movies by year. Mhm. And here I'll say, let's say, ordered movies. And then I'll say oldest movies is equals to limit ordered movies by 3. Guys, just a second. Just a second, I'll be back.
Yep. No, she missed it from pig execution modes. Or she was not there for pig wala naming convention as well. So you were there when we were discussing this? Okay. So in pig, what you happen do is, let's say you have a text file called as movies.txt, which is comma separated. Okay. Then pig will create a bag out of it whenever you write this command. So here you are writing it a load statement as well as the definition. A load as well as definition. So pig will create a virtual bag and dump the data into it. Then let's say if you are giving another command, then what pig is doing is it is modifying the existing bag and creating a new bag out of it. Then again pig is modifying the existing bag and create a new bag out of it. Again modifying the existing bag, creating a new bag out of it. Again modifying existing bag and creating a new bag out of it. So this is how pig works. Every time you give any operation to pig to be performed, what pig will do is pig will modify the existing bag, not modify in the sense that it will change the data in the bag. It will not change the data in the bag, but it will modify in the sense that it will create a new bag out of it. It will modify it in a sense that it will create a new bag out of it. The existing bag's content won't be changed, but whatever the result set is supposed to be, it will be treated as another bag. This is clear? Okay, now is it good? Okay. So I was saying that every time pig what it does it creates a new bag by modifying the existing bag wherein the contents of the existing bag are not changed, but a new bag is created altogether. Is this clear? Okay. Yes. Now a key concept in pig is that a key point in pig is that all these bags or validity of all these bags is only till the lifetime of the particular instance of pig where it was created. Like for example, if we started a pig ka shell right now and we wrote all these commands into it. Okay, let's say we were like this, wisdom at the rate localhost dot local domain, and we wrote pig. Okay, so this is one instance of pig. This is one instance of pig. So now if I do like this, then this is what I'm doing is I'm closing the instance of pig. So if I see this now, so this is one instance of pig. Anywhere in between here in this instance, if I write a dump command, if I write a dump command and give the name of any bag, let's say I give it old movies, then it will fetch me the data which is present in old movies.
it will fetch me the data which is present in the old movies. But if I try to do something like this, after quitting it, if I restart it and then I try to do dump old movies, or let's say even dump movies, it will still give me an error saying that this bag does not exist. If I even do this old movies, it will still give me an error saying that this bag does not exist. Means what? The lifetime of all the bags in Pig is only till the lifetime of its instance. The lifetime of the bags in Pig is only till the lifetime of the instance in which the bag was created. Is this clear?
No, no, no. No bag would be available. Even movies won't be available. Nothing would be available. Right. So what was the reason behind doing like this? Because every time if I have to do all the operations again, then it is actually not feasible, right? Because again, if you want to find three oldest movies from this data, then again you'll have to do all these operations, which is not at all feasible. Then why do you think this might have been done? Okay. So the reason this was deployed or designed in this way is, if you have a look in here, where it is. Okay. Let's say we had 10 million records in movie.txt, which was filtered to around 1 million records for old movies. Okay. So movies is having 10 million records, old movies is having 1 million records, but only because we are grouping in here, there would be again 1 million records. Here we are only sorting it, still there would be again 1 million records. Means unnecessarily, just for grouping and sorting it, we are replicating the data. If you have a look in this 4 steps, forget about this third one, but if you have a look here, then all three would be having the same data. All three bags, old movies, year-wise movies, ordered movies, would be having the same data. Means everyone would be having the same 1 lakh records, 1 million records, not 1 lakh, 1 million records. So it is unnecessary replicating the data, and we don't want extra application because replication is already a part of your Hadoop cluster. Is it clear now? Yes, that is clear. Sorry? Because no, no, no. It doesn't need to be executed. I'll tell you something. But this is the reason why Pig does not implicitly store the bags. Yeah. So if you want to have some explicit result, then you will have to do it like this. Anything. So this is your bag. See, anyways, this movies bag is nothing but movies.txt ka file, which is already there in your HDFS. So anyways, why do you want this movies ka bag?
if I write this command, then it is getting stored, but actually I don't need to store it because it is already there. So I'll store some other bag. Firstly, for your question, to clear your question, Mangesh, the movies ka bag is nothing but the movies.txt. Only you have defined it something, and that definition is of no use till you actually perform any operations onto it. Getting my point?
Okay, so what I'm saying is that movies ka bag is nothing but movies.txt only with a defined syntax or defined schema, which is anyways of no use until and unless you do any operation onto it. So anyways, what is the need of storing movies ka bag, because it is already present as movies.txt. So there is no need of storing movies ka bag. It is already there. But what is important for you is old movies, year-wise movies, ordered movies, three oldest movies. So that you will have to store explicitly, so that it is available to you even after the instance gets closed. So the main point behind this is a txt. See, there is no table in Hadoop. It is all text format. It is all text. It is, sorry. It is all text. There is no table in Hadoop. It is all virtual table that you think. Okay. So this is how Pig works. So Pig won't implicitly store the bags. You will have to explicitly store the Pig bags. I'll just highlight these points. Store and dump. Any doubts in Pig? Dump will just show the data on your screen. Okay. Clear? Madhuri, clear? Okay. So this is how your Pig works, and I'll be sharing the assignment of Pig with lab work, not assignment, lab of Pig with you today. And in that, you don't have the data, so you'll have to create a data file. In your virtual machine, you don't have data for Pig. You'll have to create data for Pig, which would be nothing but a tab separated or uh, comma separated file. While storing it, either store it as .csv or store it at .txt, up to you. And what data should be there in that bag, it is already given in the manual. Okay, so this was Pig. Now let's talk about Flume. Okay, let's not talk about Flume today. Uh, we'll end the session here today, and tomorrow we'll continue. And tomorrow we'll first thing start with Flume, complete Flume. Then we'll have cluster planning. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. That is map reduce. Uh-huh. Hmm. Okay, so whatever is there after plus something something n is there, right? Good, Mangesh, good. So you have started working. So this is your year, and this is your temperature, out of which the actual temperature is the last two digits. Okay, clear? This is the calling number. This is the called number. This is the number of the person who has made the call. This is the number of the person to which the call was made. Okay. Then this is the time when the call started. This is the time when the call terminated. Clear? Hello? I'm not sure. I'll check on and let you know. Even I'm not sure about what is the last call about. I'll check and let you know. Okay, then. Yep. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a nice day ahead and see you tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye, Madhuri.